If you want to see what's behind this door, stay tuned. Hi and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly and today we are kicking off episode 1 of a series of home improvement projects, and we are working on a redo of my teenage son's closet.
Let's start by taking a look at what's in the closet now. This is my oldest son's room and it's a bit messy. In his defense, although this is a very large closet, it's really not laid out that well. There's a lot of wasted space above, and as you can see, he has all of his folded items kind of haphazardly folded on that top shelf there. It's wire racks, so things get dents in them if you leave them up there for long or if you stack it too high. And there's an older light above, as you saw, and of course he's trying his best to utilize some storage for his shoes. I've got the closet all cleaned out now. That took a minute. And I also got everything up off the floor. I will pop the dimensions of this closet up on the screen here for you so you can see how big it is. I need to remove all the wire shelving so that we can get started. As you can see here, these are not normal screws that are holding these wire shelves up. You have to get the screws out of all of the different parts of the wall, including the bars that hold them up. You should be able to use a hammer to get most of the lower screws out. In my case, some were screws and some were nails, and that was due to the previous homeowner's installation abilities. That's what we're going to call it. Once all the lower bars are off, the top can be popped right off. Of course, it's going to leave a ton of holes in the closet, and you are definitely going to want to patch over those. You can also try to sell your stuff on Facebook Marketplace if you think someone else might be looking for some wire shelving. This is what the closet looked like once I had taken all of the faceplates off and removed all of the wire shelving. That little door is just attic access, and we'll get to that a little later when we install the actual wooden closet pieces, and I will show you what I had to do to deal with that. Now we need to patch these holes. As you can see, taking some time to mix this up really well will make it a lot easier to work with. This is just Drydex spackling compound, and the great thing about it is that it starts off pink and it dries white. It costs around $6.50 at most home improvement stores. As you can see here, I'm waiting for it to dry thoroughly so that I can sand it smooth. I did leave this sit overnight because some of the holes were really deep. I wanted to make sure that it was thoroughly dry before I sanded it, and then I grabbed my ladder so that I could tape off the room because I want to give it a fresh coat of paint. It's a little yellow and dark in there, and you'll see it's a subtle difference, but after I paint it, you'll see why I painted it. I'm trying to use a little bit of a different angle here so you can see how tall the ceilings are, and I also wanted to give you an idea of how much I taped off. I know a lot of people don't use blue painter's tape to tape off their rooms before they start painting, but I'm not that good and I'm not that careful, so I always tape. Normally my go-to paint is from Sherwin-Williams, but this time I used some paint from Lowe's just because it was a little bit cheaper, and I don't really care about the finish in this room because it is going to have a lot of closet pieces over it. I did a quick test on the wall to see the color difference and make sure that I liked it, and I definitely do. I used a satin finish paint because I don't really like the look of flat in the closet, and here's what the finished product looked like. I was really fortunate to find a white Allen Roth closet system at Lowe's, and it was on a big discount. It wasn't really on clearance, but for some reason they had marked it way down, and so I ended up getting 2 of them in the hopes that if this one goes well, I will do one of my other son's closets. So while you're watching us unbox this very well boxed closet system, this is a great time for me to ask you to hit that like button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any other upcoming episodes of a bunch of different things that we're doing in a few different houses. I wish that I had counted the number of pieces that this closet system came with, because it was a lot. Jackson was my best helper and brought a ton of the pieces all the way from the garage and helped me lay them out on the floor. I didn't take any footage of me building the closet system because I needed to concentrate on reading all of the directions, and it took about 3 hours to build it, and that was with 2 adults and 1, well, I guess we'll call Jackson a helper. The first thing we did was build the main tower, and as you can see, it has 1 drawer and 9 cubbies for shoes. The next step was adding the metal bars, and as you can see in this particular layout of this closet, I did have to block that attic access door. Fortunately, there are some other entrances to the attic, so that wasn't a big deal, and that bar does just pop right up and out if I ever needed to access the attic that way. For section 2, we installed another long shelf along with a metal bar along the entire length of the other wall. Here's a final look at the closet after it's all installed. It took about 3 days because I started in the evening on day 1 by removing all of the metal shelving and then patching the holes with Drydex and letting that dry overnight. The next morning I got up and sanded and then painted the walls, and that took about 2 coats and 1 gallon of the Lowe's paint in the satin finish. I wanted to wait for that to dry thoroughly, and so then day 3 we got up, unboxed the pieces, brought those from the garage upstairs, laid them all out, built everything, and then began the installation process. It definitely takes 2 adults, especially for that middle tower piece, because it's pretty heavy. I'm glad you were able to join us for episode 1 of our new type of content.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these.